And this is the one chapter where the Shadow Dragon devs decided, hey, we put new classes in this game, didn't we? You know, like the Sorcerer, the Swordmaster, the Warrior, the Berserker. Why don't we put them in this one chapter? Because, you know, we put them in the game instead of, you know, putting them in the main game as a new sort of spin. Because, no, we can't do that. We gotta make sure the main game remains as close to the original as possible. With a grand total of 65 votes to 29 votes, the winner was the Bizarro team!
Congratulations!
I'm actually really not surprised that they won, considering the overall popularity of, hey, let's use the other team, because why not? They have new people in them. But yeah, the Bizarro team won by quite a landslide. I'm not really surprised. Okay, so the entire team is decked out, ready to kick ass and take some names. I made sure of that. But first, before we do that, we have something to take care of with the normal team, so I'll be right back. Okay, let's start. We made it. Now we just have to find Medeus. Sire! Lord Gato is here to see you! Oh, here he is in person. Marth, you have fought splendidly. Lord Gato? What are you doing here? I washed my hands of humankind of their foolish ways long ago. But you and your companions have convinced me that was a rash decision. Perhaps there is hope for you yet. Allow me to offer what help I can. Oh, how nice! You mean you'll fight with us? Yes, I may lack the power to stop Medeus, but his means are another story. This old man struck them down and clear a path for you. Oh, fucking Gato, you're fucking manly, I like you, mate! The gods have chosen you, Marth, Prince of Light. Go now, and win back a future for us all. Your family will be proud. Flashback! His last words were as follows. Tell my son that I leave the future of Altia and our continent in his hands. Your sister knows that you are the future of Altia. Nay, the whole land! Come, my friends, we have a dragon to tame! Help me confine Medeus to the shadows for all eternity, and bring light back into our world! Before we get to the actual chapter itself, I want to go over Gato, who you get normally if you decide to go finish chapter 24 and just go right into the endgame, thereby skipping 24x. As you can see, Gato is pretty fucking packed! 11 magic aside, that's still pretty high considering this game. The rest of the stats are godlike, as far as it can be considered. He's well stacked. Even if, like he said, he's not meant to take out Medeus himself, but his mooks, he can take him on just single-handedly, like no problem. He's well decked. Thoron was just good in overall might and has a nice crit bonus. Swarm is very, very nice, considering that it's, you know, it's a long-range spell. 25 uses. It'd be broken if you got it in your other hands, especially in this game, considering you could forge it. I mean, 25 uses of a long-range magic spell? The only other option you have, honestly, is Thunderbolt, but that has two drawbacks. One, you only get one copy and it's 10 uses, and two, you have to use a Ballistician. And other than that, he has Fortify and Recover rounding out his arsenal, so he can just heal bot as well as just magic bot. And his moves are like trash to him. Goto's fucking boss. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you. See you back on the Bizarro route. Okay, so now we must begin properly. So, choosing to come here without the aid of, Gato will just have Nagi teleport in like this. I consented. A sinister will is at work here. Come, my friends, we gotta kill this guy, because he's a dick. That's basically it.
Welcome to your doom.
Okay, now let's talk about Nagi. She's level 15, an effective replacement for Tiki. Her stats are pretty much the average of what Tiki's stats would probably be at her level if she were level 15. She has a Divine Stone with her. She is effectively the same as Tiki in every respect. Her growth rates are exactly the same, and she'll be just as useful. If you have any spare, the Dragon Stones, you can just have Marth get over Convoy. Nagi is very useful. Okay, now let's talk about the final chapter itself. I love this chapter. It's probably my favorite chapter in the entirety of the game. You're spread out. You're divided into groups of 4. Medeus has pretty much run the entire gamut of enemies. You've got heroes, you've got generals, you've got Draconites, you've got paladins, you've got snipers, you've got Manakete, you even have fucking ballisticians, and you have some regular mook healers to contend with. They're everywhere, and they'll do whatever it takes to stop you. The doors here are special, in which you can open them, but after a set amount of turns, they'll close again. So making sure you have a few keys or Julian is going to be practically necessary. Let's get a move off, because this guy needs to go like yesterday. The enemies are quite tough, considering this is the final chapter. Even if they don't seem like that way statistically on normal mode, they can still rush you. And that's pretty much more than enough in some cases. Especially these guys right here. Paladins and Dracos have 10 movement and they'll just come right for your balls, man. And of course, not to be outdone by his moves, we have Medeus himself, our final boss. He's an Earth Dragon. Although the game hypes him up to be the Shadow Dragon, he is in actuality an Earth Dragon. He is very powerful, as you can see, and his Earthstone grants him a ranged attack. Along with high defenses and high HP, it'll be a tough opponent to beat without effective weapons, of course. With effective weapons, he's pretty much pissed, but without, he's quite another bag of chips altogether. And especially on higher difficulties, where he's insane, even with effective weapons. It's just a matter of, for regular difficulties, it's just a matter of having a decently powerful Marth or Tiki or Nagi with the right stats. I mean, he only has 21 speed. Marth, if he has max speed, can double him. With the falchion, he'll go down no problem. Nagi and Tiki can barely miss out on doubling him because they don't have enough speed at max. Only 24 with the Divine Stone. But they'll do so much raw damage anyway, it's a moot point. These Dracos are something, these Manaketes are something else entirely. They're just like super serious. Okay, I should probably talk about the chapter itself. Oh right, there are enemies here and one last shop, or it's an armory, where if you're really desperate and need weapons, you can get them there. I don't know if they sell keys. I'd go and check, but enemies will be popping out of here regularly, so now will probably not be a good time. Is that it for this first turn? No, let's allow these guys to move. I'll just move Minerva down here. I'm fully decked out. I'm ready for any possible contingency. Get at me, game. This is the final chapter, after all. Who's left? Ow. The Ballisticians have fucking pachyderms, and they'll go right for your balls, man. You have to rely on the fact that the Ballisticians have shit stats, so they'll have a hard time hitting you, but when they do, ow! Oh, this dude has a 1% chance to crit. I don't know why he decided to go for Lindley. She seemed like a really nice target right there. Just the first turn, it's already fucking mayhem. Both of these guys are nuts. I'll take the Dragon Pilot. I don't have anyone to use it on that end. Are they done? I still love the fucking Paladin footstep noise when they make it when they're indoors. It's great. I love this theme song, Showdown and Dolhr Keep. It's easily my favorite track in the game. Definitely in Shadow Dragon. It's just so menacing, and it fits perfectly for this chapter. And hell, it fits pretty much perfectly in any situation in all three games, pretty much. In the first Fire Emblem, it was just a double thing, where one, you're so glad you finally hear another song other than the same old map theme you've been hearing for 24 chapters in a row. It was always nice. Aside from that, it fits the situation well. It's a last sort of hurrah, because you know it's the final chapter. Twang. The Bullicians have ridiculous defense, as you would expect. And then, even though the map itself is still has that god-awful green palette, it's still relatively effective in what it does. You know, being the final chapter. Parthia. What else? That was just it for FE1's sake. It was a different theme and it fit the mood well. And then you get FE3's version, which would fit the mood really well. It was a different take than the one we're hearing right now. Considering the FE3's, you had practically no contact with the outside world. It was a fully indoor map, so it was entirely dark and spooky. And the theme reflected the fact that it was like you were like in a haunted house or something. You didn't know what was waiting around the bend. It was just what's going on over here? What's happening over here? I don't know, man. This Medeus guy's fucking tricky. What's got up in the sleeve here? It was one of those things, and it felt really well, and it fit the mood perfectly in that situation. You were like kids in a fucking haunted castle. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know what that Medeus guy had up his sleeve. And it worked out, and this game, it's just full balls to the wall. This is the final chapter, give it all you've got, guys, sort of feel. And I don't need to say, it works wonderfully. Please hit. Please hit with the Rex. Mirror. Thank you. That's still massive fucking damage, jeez. Please be dying. So yeah, I don't need to tell you, this chapter is pretty atmospheric, and that I can tell you for good reason. Well, that's pretty much two of the three reasons why I love this chapter so much. One, it's very atmospheric. Two, it's got great music. And three, it's quite difficult. As you can see, that opening turn was pretty fucking dicey. Just a single mishap and oops, goodbye map. It's over. Crit life. Even on normal mode, an average team will probably have trouble with the opening turn. Well, as long as I have Julie, I don't need to worry about keys. Let's use the Mercurius. Twang. Twang. It's wonderful. Oh, Athena, you're supposed to be like Von Woman. You're supposed to be absolute terror on the battlefield. What is this? So, the fact that these doors keep opening and closing, they're not random, I think. I'm pretty sure they're preset. You have to be on your toes, and Julian, or you're gonna have a warp staff, or a master key somewhere. Just to make sure you're not, you know, locked out. Because that would suck. Oh me, oh my! Oh, haha! Barth's life in his berserker ways. Julian's got this. Even if he doesn't have the raw power of being a P-rank swords, he's still got this. Ow. Twang. Hey, free silver sword. Fucking shit. Ow. Thunderbolt. It's a good thing it's less speed, otherwise he'd be fucking dead. Punk. And the doors start closing. I guess I should talk about Medeus himself. I already told him about how you can beat him here. He's got capped HP, mostly capped stats, and even on normal mode, he's far and above pretty much the toughest boss you'll be fighting all game. But in higher difficulties, the dude's just ridiculous. Pretty much having capped stats across the board, 30s and everything. Dude is nuts. Most players, as far as I'm aware, prefer to just tough it out instead of just toughing it out. Just say, fuck it, warp someone over to take on Medeus reliably, hopefully can do enough damage to bring him down, then probably warp Marth or Tiki or whatever, provided you're using them on fucking merciless mode, what the hell. And hopefully they do enough effective damage to bring down Medeus without too much hassle. And that's how he goes in higher difficulties. In here, it's just, you can, that's what I said, you could have a decently leveled Marth or a Tiki or Nagi just park right in front of them, and then just go to town with their defective weapon. And considering it's triple of might in this game, it's quite nuts. Well, it's been triple might in all the games, but, you know. Actually, I think I'm just gonna have Nagi parked there. In FE1, he had raw stats. That was it, but that's all he needed in FE1. Just fucking pure-ass raw stats. Also, his, Earthstone prevented any damage from, what was it? Prevented any, ranged attack from doing any damage. So you have to melee him. And this is FE1. He not only hurts hard, but you have no critical avoid, so he can probably just crit you to hell, and then be nothing you can do about it. You'd pretty much die on the spot. But it was still pretty feasible as far as bosses go. Then you had FE3, which was almost an entirely different take on Medeus altogether, considering how Earth Dragons as a whole operated in that game. In FE3, they had pretty good base stats all around, but the real kickers was the defenses. They had 15 defense and res base, and not a one Earth Dragon had anything more or less than that. But excuse me. Yeah. They had the ability to cut the attack of whoever was fighting it in half before calculating damage, like Julius's Loptu spell in FE4, which made fighting them very tricky. And the only people who could probably bypass something like that were Marth with the Falchion, even though he was still not very effective at that. He could still do enough raw damage thanks to the Falchion's ability to be effective against Medeus, or Earth Dragons in general. Worm Slayers and the like were no good. And Tiki, who completely bypassed the effect altogether, but just did normal damage. And that was with the things with Manaketes and FE3. They could ignore defense with their breath attacks. Completely ignore defense. But as long as they could only ignore the defense of any human target. If they were fighting another Manakete, they would just do normal damage. Probably his only real weakness, Medeus's in FE3, was the fact that he can't hit with beans. Thanks to Earth Dragons having low skill. As long as you had a decent evasion stat, he'd have trouble hitting you. Both of these guys are silver swords, alright? Just these Rider's Banes. More powerful against these guys than the freaking regalia of Arcania. God, I love Fire Emblem and shit like that. I like Athena for doing that too. That was just plain ruthless. As you would probably expect, reinforcements will be pouring out of these little holes here, there, and there on occasion, as well as the forts outside here. Will be actually appearing pretty quickly. Ow. In a few turns, I mean. Or maybe it's after this turn? It'll be soon! How much? Yeah, I've pretty much... Oh, there we go. I was right. So yeah, I've pretty much gone on length as to why this map is so fucking insane, but at the same time, really fucking awesome. Ooh, that Thorn Bishop has to go in, like, now. Not chancing someone can do massive magic damage and then suddenly, whoops! Get a crit up the ass, cause lol, I don't have many resistance. Marth doesn't need the help, Claire. He's got more than enough strength. It's fine where it is. It's currently on Minerva. He's got more than enough strength and speed to be doing massive damage with just a silver axe. It works in that regard, eh? Got some snipers over here with some decent stats, and of course the silver bows, because why would they have anything less? Strip the healers of their pride and dignity in their life, because trust me, it'll save you some headaches in the long run. That much is fact. Right there. Use Excalibur. Excalibur. There's a Manakete just showed up. And, oh, Axe Heroes, of course! Gotta have some fucking Axe Heroes with some actually decent stats. I mean, they're level 15 with these stats, but they actually have decent stats. It brings a tear to my eye, you know? A long-time fan of Heroes. It brings a tear to my eye to see them actually doing good work. Thank you, Medeus, for actually training your heroes to be actual good units. Actually, it's just because we have fucking ridiculous base stats, but... It's the little things, you know? Gotta take what you can get in Fire Emblem. Especially in games like these, which are like a cake as hell. Which is part of the reason why I love these game snipers. Because they're also so ridiculous. With their insane base stats. Take what you can get. Anyway. I think I'm gonna keep Ymir just tucked away here. I don't do much, but at least he's gonna do something. Prevent reinforcements from spawning. Because trust me, I don't want to be fucking dealing with reinforcements. No, no. No, no. I'll just put Linda right here and wait. Nagi is the only one left. Alright, on my turn, I'll probably just cut the video and then start the next turn. Wang. Wang. Fucking Frey! Look at him! This is lovely, except you can just fuck right off. Swish! Yes! There goes that door, and there come the enemies right on cue. Let's look at them. One Paladin, Dragon Pike, one... that's actually worrisome because Nagi's blocking. Draconite with the Javelin, Silver Sword Hero, and Fire Stone Manakete. Right. BRB!